When the queen of Sheba heard reports about Solomon due to the Lord's name, she came to test him with riddles. Accompanying her to Jerusalem was a huge entourage with camels carrying spices, a large amount of gold, and precious stones. After she arrived, she told Solomon everything that was on her mind. Solomon answered all her questions. Nothing was too difficult for him to answer. When the queen of Sheba saw how wise Solomon was, the palace he had built, the family stable, the servants' quarters, the function and dress of his attendants, his cupbearers, and the entirely burnt offerings that he offered at the Lord's temple, it took her breath away. The report I heard about your deeds and wisdom when I was still at home is true, she said to the king. I didn't believe it until I came and saw it with my own eyes. In fact, the half of it wasn't even told to me. You have far more wisdom and wealth than I was told. Your people and the servants who continually serve you and get to listen to your wisdom are truly happy. Bless the Lord your God, because he was pleased to place you on Israel's throne. Because the Lord loved Israel with an eternal love, the Lord made you king to uphold justice and righteousness. The queen gave the king 120 kikars of gold, a great quantity of spice, and precious stones. Never again has so much spice come to Israel as when the king of Sheba gave this gift to King Solomon. Hiram's fleet went to Ophir and brought back gold, much almug wood, and precious stones. The king used the almug wood to make parapets for the Lord's temple and for the royal palace, as well as lyres and harps for the musicians. To this day, that much almug wood hasn't come into or been seen in Israel. King Solomon gave the queen of Sheba everything she wanted and all that she had asked for, in addition to what he had already given her from his own personal funds. Then she and her servants returned to her homeland. Solomon received an annual income of 666 kikars of gold, not including income from the traders, the merchants, and their profits, all the Arabian kings, and the officials of the land. King Solomon made 200 body-sized shields of hammered gold, using 15 pounds of gold in each shield, and 300 small shields of hammered gold, using 60 ounces of gold in each shield. The king placed these in the forest of Lebanon palace. The king also made a large ivory throne and covered it with pure gold. 6 steps led up to the throne, and the back of the throne was rounded at the top. 2 lions stood beside the armrest on both sides of the throne. Another 12 lions stood on both sides of the 6 steps. No other kingdom had anything like this. All of King Solomon's drinking cups were made of gold, and all the items in the forest of Lebanon palace were made of pure gold, not silver, since even silver wasn't considered good enough in Solomon's time. The royal fleet of Tarshish ships was at sea with Hiram's fleet, returning once every 3 years with gold, silver, ivory, monkeys, and peacocks. King Solomon far exceeded all the earth kings in wealth and wisdom, and so the whole earth wanted an audience with Solomon in order to hear his God-given wisdom. Year after year they came with tribute, objects of silver and gold, clothing, weapons, spices, horses, and mules. Solomon acquired more and more chariots and horses until he had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses that he kept in chariot cities and with the king in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, the king made silver as common as stones and cedar as plentiful as sycamore trees that grow in the foothills. Solomon's horses were imported from Egypt and Cush, were chased from Cush by the king's agents at a going price. They would import a chariot from Egypt for 600 pieces of silver and a horse for 150, and then export them to all the Hittites and Aramean kings.